for Game 2 of the Link to the Past Randomizer semifinals. Cransoon, AmazingAmpharos. If Cransoon wins, he's playing in the championship. If AmazingAmpharos wins, we have a Game 3 at a date and time to be determined later. Moon
Pearl in the Sanctuary chest. Only 10 arrows in Link's house. AmazingAmpharos getting the better end of the deal, but it looks like I imagine Cransoon is going to gonna be doing this tree pull and then checking the secret passage items.
Yeah, he wouldn't be grabbing that sign if he wasn't going to be doing that. And oh, we get some bombs from the tree pull. That's lovely.
Oh, that's super nice. I imagine AmazingAmpharos is gonna be running up here and killing this green dude and grabbing some bombs himself. Nice.
And we take the heart from the uncle.
That's cruel, Rick.
Your own jokes.
Why would you do that?
I don't know, but that's what Cransoon just did. Let's see if Aghanim's required. Well, not for 10 arrows.
Well, we may still have an aggro required seed. We don't know yet. These guys aren't going to be focusing on that for sure.
Not for 10 arrows.
Cransoon. Not for 10 arrows, but maybe for another reason. So, looks like Cransoon's going to follow in AA's footsteps here and head over to probably the lumberjack or the forest. Oh, you might be skipping the lumberjack. Might be skipping a lot.
Single arrow.
The single arrow dream and a tunic. Kind of need both to win the game, so seems good. Well, you need at least the single arrow. That's how I feel about it.
AmazingAmpharos grabbing some bombs on his way over to Kakarika Village. Doesn't have to worry about getting rupees to buy some.
I actually always feel really good about finding that early mail. Like, gives me a lot of confidence to do some dangerous things in the game. So, you know, potentially we could see that from these players.
And Cransoon saying no to that single arrow as well.
Cransoon getting followed by this bird here, taking some damage. AmazingAmpharos jumps right into Blind's house. Let's see what we got here.
Flute. Ice Rod. Arrow upgrade. And 20 rupees. That flute eluded our runners in the first game. It's good to see it early on, especially for transportation purposes.
And just some bombs here as well. Pretty nice haul, though, I would say. We can activate that flute immediately, gives us a lot of mobility around the map. And we're loading up on those blue items, Rick. I like those blue items.
This seed will be brought to you by the color blue. So we're going to see a blue rupee coming up. That's not blue rupee.
There's one under the pot here. That's got to count for something. 10 bomb upgrade.
That's still not blue. That's red. That's more red.
There's blue rupees there. It's got to count. Mostly talking about the majors, though. Not quite enough cash to buy from the bottle merchant here for AA. He may have to come back. It's sometimes tricky to remember to route that in.
If you want to try to route that in, you hope that you can get it together with the bottle for the sick kid or the magic powder check for the back cave.
Right, or just remember to come back when you're like going to Village of Outcasts or something later on.
Oh.
But if that's something important,
yeah,
you know, putting that off could be devastating.
Well, let's see what the chicken coop has.
Yeah, good news for AA. Cransoon is also unable to purchase, but AA just nabbed the cash for it here in the chicken coop.
Yeah, you're probably going to see, I believe, heading up. Yep, there we go. We're going to go ahead and check the bottle vendor while we're here in town. Is it worth the 100 rupees? Nope.
Absolutely not. Cransoon making the same play here. Gonna have to skip over that sick kid. And into the tavern we go. Not bad, a full heart. Ain't too shabby, and we're gonna be heading down to the library. So what do you do here, Rick? Do we take this flute and go up to Death Mountain? Do we go to Desert and check Agata's cave? What do we do in this situation?
Flute to 7. Oh, what was that?
Was it a piece of heart? I thought it was. Am I wrong?
Yeah, that is a piece of heart. I thought it looked different to me, but no, that is. Oh, that looked like the hook shot. Yes, AmazingAmpharos 2 to the flute, but dodges the swag duck in order to be able to claim his hook shot.
That's some fancy execution there from AA, dodging that duck. That duck just comes right at you. Gotta have some fancy footwork there.
He dodged the dodo there.
And that gives access to East Death Mountain, where we can find a treasure trove of items. 8 items to be found over there with flute and hookshot. That might be the key.
Now, you had mentioned a moment ago, what would these guys do? The answer for me would be flute to 7, but not anymore. By the way, did Cransoon activate his flute? No! Cransoon has not activated his flute, so he's got to go back to village to do so.
Oh no, that's going to lose him a little bit of time here. AmazingAmpharos deciding not to do the Dark Room to rescue the old man. Going to be heading up to Spectacle Rock. We'll see the item on the ledge, and we'll be able to peek into the Spectacle Rock cave and see if it's worth getting.
Yeah, I think this is a good idea for AmazingAmpharos. You got 4 hearts, and that cave is not all that deadly, but it's really annoying when the only thing you have to check where you are is that hook shot.
Yeah, you have to extend that hook shot all the way out, and it's just time-consuming. It's much better if you have, like, a bloomerang or a sword.
300 rupees inside Spectacle Rock. We're not going to see that from AmazingAmpharos.
That's an interesting one, because it is time-consuming to get that item, but those rupees could, play a big role.
And change of paths here. Oh, there's the mirror, and that was the big item for these guys in the first run.
That is huge information for Cransoon right there, knowing that the mirror is on the ledge. I mean, you got to think that AA will check that at some point, but it's just a matter of time. Like, when is he going to be doing that? And will he do that immediately once he gets the book, or because in order to get that item, you do need the book. You can't actually get to Desert the back way.
Red mail at 4 hearts.
That's pretty nice. Damn, not really paying off for Cransoon here. Takes a little bit of cash because he's poor, but we don't know it's Zora, so every bit counts. Ether
has been found.
And
the bow!
Wow, incredible finds from AA here. Cransoon cleaning up Mini Moldorm, finds the Redarang.
But that's all he really finds.
Yeah.
Like, this was a fine play here for Cransoon, and the fact that he found out about the mirror over at the Desert Ledge, but otherwise at this point, AmazingAmpharos coming up big with a trip up to Death Mountain, finding the bow.
That's huge. We can do Eastern Palace.
And I almost bet that would be AmazingAmpharos' next play coming up.
Yeah, definitely a decent stop. Especially with Red Mail, you have some confidence going in there too. But Cransoon is making the play on Ice Rod Cave. This is out of the way location that sometimes people like to skip, so this pays off. He's back in the game. I mean, it's still early, it's anyone's game.
Just a piece of heart inside, so nothing really important.
5 bomb upgrade for AA. Let's see where he goes from here. Cransoon up to Death Mountain. Gonna take that Redarang in to grab this old man.
Yeah, this is a much easier thing to be able to go through a dark room with the boomerang than it would be for the hook shot.
Yeah, Absolutely, and we're likely going to see AmazingAmpharos do some dark rooms in Eastern Palace, because it looks like that's where he's heading. Going to grab those bombs and check out Sahasrara as Cransoon delivers this old man, which we haven't seen this item, so it could be pretty big, Rick.
It could be. And all the question mark is when will AmazingAmpharos come back up? It is the cape. That could be important. Oh, flippers and the first sword.
Wow.
Behind Sahasrara. AmazingAmpharos, big plays coming up for him so far.
Yeah, huge plays. He's got red mail, really nice protection. He's got that hook shot, the bow. Flippers, you know, unlocks Zora as an available location, and Waterfall Fairy and Hobo.
Map
So,
check.
good information
Eastern.
on.
Eastern is a pendant.
Interesting. And we had crystals, just normal crystals, in the other two Light World dungeons. So, you know, if Eastern comes up short, this could hurt AA quite a bit.
And
Let's see
AmazingAmpharos, who did not check the map, now does get the verification via the music that Eastern is indeed a pendant dungeon.
Absolutely.
So if you're AmazingAmpharos at this point, this is a pendant dungeon, but you have the device to beat it in the bow. Do you finish it?
I think if there's an item there, you definitely do. If there isn't an item there, I think it'll... I'll be hard-pressed to think that, like, he would go for it. I think these guys will not spend their time on the pedestal early on like this.
Especially considering the fact that AmazingAmpharos does not know what color pendant this is.
True. And we already found one item in Eastern. There's the compass over on the right side, using that hook shot for a nice little shortcut.
Cransoon picking up the bow now, so Cransoon knowing the same things that AmazingAmpharos does about this seat, at least regarding what's up on Death Mountain. So it's interesting. If the Armos Knights had something interesting, then this game really wanted them to go in this direction.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see. There's the big key. I can open up an opportunity to check this big chest right now and see if we get a second item, but very likely going to be heading towards this dark chest. And Armos does indeed have an item. You know, Rick, it starts with 1.
1?
It starts with one thing. I don't know. Even matter how hard you try, keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. All the trolls. Rando is a puzzle. We try to unscramble. Watch time fly as you make all the gamble. Try to win it all or it ends all in shambles. The commentators ramble even go unreal. Didn't look and pod. Now I'm behind praying to the pedestal gods. Trying to hold on, but I didn't even know that bow in T-Rock was go mode. I kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a seed. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, Ice Palace had the hammer. I tried to crawl to win it all, but in the end, YOLO is all that mattered. Thanks, everybody, for listening. This stream is brought to you by Link in Dark.
And all that for 5 rupees.
Worth.
Do we have a second verse for this room?
Do we have a second verse? Sorry, I'm not going to be able to oblige.
Well, by the time you get to the second verse, he's gone up the stairs, so it doesn't really matter anymore.
All right, so Cransoon looks to be making, now that Rick is just stunned and in silence, Cransoon is making the play on Eastern right now, going in there, probably going to follow in AA's footsteps and try to kill Armos here.
Alucard warned me that he was going to do something in case Link had to deal with the Dark Room. I did not expect this.
Did not expect it at all. We try our hardest here. Try so hard, at least.
And got so far.
Exactly.
Does Armos have something progressive? No.
No, it doesn't, but it might. This red pendant might be the key to the scene. We don't know yet.
We can't save it for the final. We can't guarantee we're going to be on this pairing for the final.
All right, so AA is going to clean up these locations that Cransoon already did. So honestly, like, no time is lost here. These guys are kind of like just doubling back to where each other were before.
The only difference is the AmazingAmpharos did not check the desert ledge, so does not know that the beer is there, but that's a quick check once you get the book. And we know that means the book cannot be in desert.
So where do we go after this? Like, what's the plan here? Do we do Aghanim?
Well, at this point, neither of these guys have checked the chest inside Hyrule Castle.
True.
And also, don't forget with the flippers, Zora is open. And there's no safeties or no safeguarding here on whether or not you are able to get to the 500 rupees. It just assumes, hey, look, you got flippers, you can get to Zora.
Yeah, now the thing is, like, AA might regret that he didn't pick up that big 300 over on Spectacle Rock, and same with Cransoon.
As I say,
where are they going to get the cash? Yeah.
Cransoon didn't either. And if we don't get a glove upgrade, there's no real good place you can farm.
Yeah, you can do like Blind's House or pray for the rupees out of the trees, but we already know one of the prize packs from the pull trees is bombs.
Yeah, 154 rupees at this point. That would be how many trips into blinds? That would be what? Let me see. Like 13 or 14?
Yeah, something like that. It's way too much. I think we're definitely going to see Escape first, and maybe they'll find some money there.
Yeah, AmazingAmpharos now with the sword in hand will be able to do all parts of this escape.
Yeah, absolutely. Doing this all in one go is really convenient for him. I mean, he's not going to find anything here at Uncle or the Secret Passage chest, but it's just better routing.
Also, don't forget, these guys could, if they wanted to push for it, they could do the Houlihan strats. And obviously, at this point, you can't do the most familiar jump in the side of the dock 4 times, but Double A is going to pull the tree, and oh, that's bad. So 2 prize packs already known. So both of these runners have finished off with Eastern Palace and got their red pendants.
And AA is the first to check these escape chests, so this is exciting, Rick. This will really determine what we're gonna have to do in this seed. I feel we're running out of locations. It's really just the flippers lock locations in this.
Well, there's one other option that Cransoon didn't check while over near the desert.
Oh, true. Good old Aghanim. Oh, wouldn't it be a troll if the book is over there?
But that's sad, the fact that we get a small key out of that first chest. Now, the worst case scenario here is that we get the map 2 on this side of the Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, that's a good point. Might be doing some more dark strats.
There's the map. Yep, you can call commentator Chris for that one.
I will. Yeah, well done. But you know what? That just means that we're gonna see these guys probably. Well, I don't know if they're gonna death warp because they have red mail and a bunch of hearts. It's gonna be painful to see if they try to death warp.
Yeah, 5-heart death warp. Good luck.
Knocking arrows into this guy is pretty quick. I like the strat from AA here.
And a heart container. No.
Wow. What do you do here, AA? What you doing? He's thinking. He's thinking about it.
Only difference right at this moment is the fact that Cransoon has the magic cape, but Double A is about to go get that right now via the old man.
That's right. Yeah, like Aghanim is not an option. It's not on the table for AA until he does get this cape. So these guys are going to be pretty equalized at this point. You know, do you just take the hit on doing Aghanim at this point, or you check everything you possibly can? That's the question.
It's a real painful walk up that tower without the lamp, though.
Good point.
Cransoon is going back up for 300 rupees.
He's going to Zora.
He wants to go Zora at this point. And Double A is going the same way.
Wow. Well, it makes sense, right? You don't want to go to all those flippers locked locations and then like not have the money for Zora. You might as well have the money for Zora when you're going there.
Absolutely. Can you believe this? We have to backtrack into Spectacle Rock.
We didn't have to.
For 300 rupees.
It's worth it, yes.
This is a first for me.
That's hilarious. That's the thing about this randomizer. You never know what's gonna come. Stuff like this can really just happen and ruin your day. You feel behind because you didn't pick it up earlier too.
And I also would like to point out that they still don't have enough rupees.
Yes. I think they're banking on the fact that Waterfall Fairy, between that, the Hobo, and Zora Ledge, they'll be able to actually get the cash. At least that's what it seems like right now. Stun Prize was just a small magic drop, so not very helpful there.
This sea does not want them to have money.
No, absolutely not.
All right, Hobo, what do you got for us? Wake you up. Come on. Hey, look at that, 50 rupees. These guys will have enough for Zora now.
Both of these guys sitting only 3 rupees apart are actually going to benefit from that, so that's huge.
And with that, now we head to Zora with the money in hand. All right, let's see what we have inside the waterfall.
Yeah.
And waterfall, fire rod, and sword upgrade.
Wow, 2 very nice things to find. That's incredible, but not really helpful right now. But it is interesting that they have both Fire Rod and Ice Rod and a medallion at this point. Still need some gloves.
Shovel!
Good old shovel. It's there when you need it.
Alright, what do you think we're gonna get for 500 rupees, Alucard?
To follow suit on the blue things, how about a blue cane?
Oh, ho, ho. I'm gonna say magic powder.
Brian. Magic powder, that would be sweet, but it's just a piece of heart.
Okay, so now the next question is what does the shovel lead? Because getting the sword was nice, but it does not move the story along just yet.
Yeah, same with Fire Rod. Doesn't do anything right now. I mean, it's a great weapon. That's about it.
All right, let's see what the shovel yields our runners at this point. So we know there's got to be something coming soon. This is where the lamp is. This almost has. Does this have to be the lamp? No.
No, it could be.
We're starting to run out of options.
Maybe, and then we can do like Back of Escape. It could be Hammer, and then we can go up to Hera. It could be Book, and then we can go into Desert and get that mirror, which doesn't really do anything for us.
If this is nothing, Agina's got something.
Yeah, Agina still hasn't been checked. Good call.
And survey says the book.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Maybe we'll find all the items before we get to the Dark World.
By the way, that mirror now makes it official that they can get to Tower of Hera next.
Absolutely. Now we don't have a lift. We don't have a lift to actually finish Desert Palace right now. And we don't know if it's boots locked either.
That's correct.
Who knows what
but
we're
you can
gonna
get the
find
mirror and you can get the Hera. 20 rupees at Agina, not useful.
AA's just going right in there, and he saw that the mirror's there, so he knows what's up.
I don't think AA has checked his map yet, so now he finds out that this is a crystal. If he checked the map earlier, we missed it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
All right. Well, let's get first things first here. Is this boots required? Well, we don't know yet.
Well, he got the big key.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
If we find gloves, then we could finish it. Depends if, like, gloves or boots locked.
Of course, you're going to be the small key. So this will not be boots required to beat. But is there something good on that torch?
There could be, but AA's not checking it. No time for that.
No time left to lose.
Please go on. Don't let me stop you.
That's all I can remember of that song. Oh, it's just 20 rupees on the torch. We might as well bring out all the classics if we're going to bring out the full song of Linkin Park.
Absolutely. But that was Linkin Dark. Come on. Alright, anyways. We're gonna be checking the right side of Desert now. AA is finally gonna check this item for us. Alright, there we go. Which we saw on Cransoon's side, but he did it. So he knows there's only one more item left in the East Desert. Or at Landmo. Otherwise, we gotta go up to Hera. There's nowhere else to go, Rick. It's very linear so far.
This is extremely, extremely linear at this point. Survey says, well, there's more money.
I'd be busting that mirror out. But there we go. Maybe? Oh, bombs.
No,
oh, he still has Agina.
Yeah, he's gonna check Agina, and he's going out the bottom right side.
Oh, I love this exit. This is a cool exit to know about. Super cool tech.
This was a trap when you were a casual player.
Absolutely, but you can actually use this pretty well here to check Agina's cave. So, Cransoon is done with Desert. I imagine he is off to Hera now.
That's the only option you have at this point. And because both of these guys do have the book and the Master Sword at this point,
oh no!
As Cransoon gets badly. Oh, this is horrible, Ted Rock. Oh my God!
The humanity. He's going back in for the old man heal. So both of these guys are literally...
Well, despite all his rage, he's still just a rat in a cage.
Now, something that these guys can do, I believe they got the extra key for escape. So they can sequence break and do the dark room through escape if they like. That is actually an option for them right now.
Well, at that point, they better break in the habit.
That's right.
There's our map check of Dark World. It looks like we have Thieves Town as our green pendant. And Ice is our other pendant.
Yeah, and 5 and 6 are Misery Mire and Swamp Palace.
Yeah, just a piece of heart from the ether. Sorry.
We're going right into Hera, which is full clearable. Can actually get that basement item too with that fire rod.
But they still don't want to go down there.
No, they're gonna avoid that if they can, but there's the lamp! There it is!
Sorry, no more Lincoln Dark for you.
Wow. Shut down.
And, well, guess what? We are not going to be seeing the basement just yet.
Not just yet. What's crazy is after all of this exploration, we're 31 and a half minutes in, Rick. Our only option to get to the Dark World is killing Aghanim.
And guess what? Because they now got the lamp, that is on the table.
It is.
Guess what else they have in their arsenal? The flippers, the hook shot. You see where I'm going with this?
I see exactly where you're going. It's looking likely, but we still have one more item in Hera.
And there's the tempered sword. This is an Aghanim required seed.
Aghanim required seed with tempered sword, both rods, the bow, hook shot, flippers, lamp, book, mirror. Like, what is this?
Check, please. I'm being told that this is not confirmed an Aghanim required seed just yet, because there's still 4 chests that these guys have access to.
That's true.
Via the
That
Hyrule
lamp
Castle.
opened it up.
But just because of the fact that they have the hook shot and the flippers, this is screaming Aghanim required to me. Especially considering the fact that there's still 2 items from avoiding an Aghanim required seed at this point.
Right, but they are actually 4 items, as you mentioned earlier. We did get the map in the front half of Escape, so they'll probably end up doing that and then mirror back to the beginning if they have to kill Aghanim. That's probably a decent way to do it.
Well, yeah, but that's 2 out of 4 items.
Right.
2 out of 4 items that this is going to have to be in Hyrule Castle.
Exactly.
No matter what, the next progression is Hyrule Castle. Whether it's topside or through the sewers.
Yep.
And here we go. They're both going to go check the basement.
Man, and despite all that, we are this close. We are just a few frames apart right now. This is crazy.
The races like this are amazing.
Well, these are the best of the best, Rick. I mean, this is the semifinals.
And the winner of this semifinal will be taking on either JSR2 Gamers or AJ Neb 174 in the championship. The loser will be playing in the 3rd place game. Chest 1 is a piece of heart. Now we need 2 out of 3.
Absolutely.
And what a sink we have in here.
This sink is insane right now. This is nuts.
And Double A ending up bopping to kill those bats, which slowed him down here. But he got the key a little sooner, but look at this. Cransoon's going to be the first one to get into the room. Oh, no, AA just by 3 frames. Look at this. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Simultaneous openings. There's the cane, arrows, and bombs. This is an Aghanim required seed.
But we have all these items. What is happening? What is going on? We're gonna have like all the items but gloves and hammer.
So,
we're done.
LU card. We're about to climb up Aghanim's tower.
Yeah.
We've got about 3 minutes here. Well, maybe less with these runners. But Aghanim is a fight that likes to have a little bit of irritation for runners, including the concept called blue balls. And usually for runners who have a good Aghanim, it's between the numbers 0 and 15. I'd like to see some numbers in chat. What number of blue balls we're going to see from Aghanim? Alucard, how many?
Well, the higher the better, right? So I'm going to go with 14.
They get 14 blue balls, you're off their Christmas list.
I don't know if I was on their Christmas list to begin with.
Well, I'm not on their Christmas list for giving them the seed. So, out of respect of wanting something good instead of lumps of coal for Christmas, I'm going to say 1.
Man, that's a bold statement right there, but I think the average is like 2, typically, so you're not too far off from the average there.
If this is a 14 seed blue ball, I don't know what we're going to do.
All right, how about we get you to sing the next Linkin Park song? Linkin Park, sorry.
No, thank you. I didn't draft anything up for this.
That doesn't have to be today.
I just become so numb at the way the seed has been.
Something shadow of the day. I don't know. Anyways, we're going to we're going to Aga now. Let's count the blue balls as you guys cringe in the chat.
Cransoon, by the way, has had a much faster climb up the tower. Let's not forget about that. These guys were in sync entering.
They're still neck and neck, and this is anyone's game at this point.
It is. It really is.
Now, what's interesting is that once they are in the Dark World, they can full clear pod minus the boss, which is actually pretty lucrative. So that could be worth it.
Still 1.
Still 1. It's looking good for you, Rick. Just
2.
Kidding! Got him.
Well, we know number 5 is going to be the lightning strike, and both fights are going to be the same thing. It's already determined how many blue balls you're going to get. We're still at 2.
Yeah, 2 is looking pretty good right now. Just kidding.
No, 3! Yeah, it looks like we're guaranteed 3 at this point.
Yep, it's looking like 3 is the name of the game.
Yep, it looks like it's 3. Because this one's guaranteed to be the 6th and final hit for Cransoon. What do you think's on that pyramid?
Let's go with 3 bombs.
3 bombs sounds about a good idea. I'm going to say a 20 rupee. And we're both incorrect. It's 10 arrows.
Just about the same level of hype, basically. All right, where are you going, Cransoon? You going north? You're going north.
Yeah, this makes sense. Just head on over toward... Oh, Yeah, that's right. He just remembered he does not have any glove upgrades at this point, so he has to take the swim. Double A is going pod.
Wow,
Ooh,
this
the
could be a big
gambles.
gamble, big play from AA. I mean, he's down a game right now, so you gotta take some risks, and this is what AA is doing right now. He's going for pod. He has the bow, so he can actually complete all of pod without killing the boss. He can't kill the boss without the hammer.
If pod has the hammer, this is huge.
This is crazy big for AA if he finds something good in here. Cransoon, meanwhile, taking the long route around to get to this mirror ledge in the graveyard. So this is a really interesting route that you can take to get there without having any lift upgrade. It's a really good thing to know, and it's in the logic of the game.
Yeah, we've seen this come into play a few times in the tournament. This time it's only 300 rupees. Cransoon's going to pick it up because we're still kind of short on rupees.
He learned his lesson from before. You don't leave that lying around.
You learned his lesson well.
Absolutely. We still have a couple things to spend cash on. I mean, obviously, if he wants any potions, I mean, we don't have any bottles, but then also we have digging game and pod and, you know, chess game and stuff like that. So definitely worth picking up since it's right there in front of you.
Double A finding a small key in the first chest. Gonna head on over towards the mimics now, see if there's anything good over there. While Cransoon does have everything he needs to go check this bumper cave. Let's see if that magic cape is required. And it's now 20 rupees.
Only 20 bucks. I think Skull Woods is probably his next stop. We do have the fire rod. We have a sword to cut through the curtain. We got a tempered sword that'll cut through Mothula too. So definitely a solid play here. Get some crystals finally.
So something good should be coming soon for one of these runners. Which one is it going to be?
Yeah. I mean, that hammer is probably the thing they're looking for the most, but lift is also really important right now for just mobility around the map. All those things are so helpful to just get around the map.
Found a shield in pod. We found the bug catching net inside Skull Woods. Didn't we find the bug catching net in game 1?
Yeah, you might be right. There's the big key in Skull Woods, so we'll be able to head over to the big chest. I think Cransoon's going to set up this bomb jump. Pretty fun one.
Half magic, the second item inside Skull Woods. Cransoon is done.
That is a nice thing to find. I think Cransoon's going to go ahead and clear this, and then could see a pedestal check.
Ooh,
what
right.
could actually be at the pedestal at this point? I guess a medallion? Maybe boots?
The only thing I think it can't be at this point would be the hammer.
It can't be any lift because of ice.
Oh, right, because it can't be the Titan mid. Yeah.
Right. Could be any fetch quest, of course, leading to any of those items, but...
Oh, we got a little while before he finds out, but getting half magic before going up against Mothula is always a nice find. And Double A finding the map. And there's the big key, so... will pod be the right play? We have not seen anything good come out of it just yet, just a small shield.
Yeah, we're still gonna find a key here. There's one more. There's a key for AA there, and we find the compass. Cransoon about to take on Mothula here with his tempered sword.
Yeah, this is going to be a easy fight for Cransoon with the equipment that he has.
Yeah, we have red mail and tempered. It's just 4 slashes to kill Moth here.
There you go. You see how to kill Mothula? Just take a look at what Cransoon just did right there. It's easier said than done.
Absolutely. There's some bombs.
Yuck.
not working out for AA. But he will have that big key.
Glove!
Oh, just kidding! Reverse commentator's curse. Wow.
And a heart container, but the lift upgrade, the biggest find for AA. And on the pedestal, pocket change. Pedestal dream is dead.
Now, what's interesting about that first lift upgrade is it like doesn't unlock a lot. It unlocks catfish, and that's like about it.
Catfish, interesting. But as you pointed out, it doesn't really open up all that much. The only other thing it does is allows desert to be completable, but
True.
We've already found both items in there.
Exactly. I mean, it would be nice to grab the crystal, but I don't think that's a priority for either of these guys. They know they're going to find another lift upgrade at some point, so they can just, backdoor into desert when they're going to the mire area.
If this has hammer at catfish, this is another evil seed, and this seed has been pretty linear so far for the first 40 minutes of it.
Absolutely. And then if the other lift upgrade is locked behind hammer or something, then AA is in such an amazing position. I mean, he already is with that lift upgrade. That's a huge find.
Cransoon checking out to see how it's AmazingAmpharos. Oh, there's the other lift upgrade!
Wow, okay.
And just an arrow upgrade.
That's definitely going to put AA in a good position, but hammer can still be in a lot of places because it can now be in Mitz-locked locations. Like in the Mire area, or potentially early on in Ice Palace.
Oh, absolutely. Cransoon playing a chest game. We find a single bomb, and there's the silver arrows.
Wow, that's gonna be amazing for, Vitreous and taking out King Helmasaur and such. Like, I mean, these guys have pretty good equipment already, but obviously for Ganon, nice little easy silvers there in the chess game. So we're going into Thieves Hammerless, which means you're leaving behind potentially an item in the big chest.
And I'm going to point this out because the compass was in that first chest. This is going to be an anxiety-riddled complete trip through Thieves Town until you get to Blind at this point because of the fact that we've already just found the compass. So will Blind have the final item, or will it be in the big chest?
Little anxiety reduced. Our boy Brian here in the second chest.
Not that these guys are going to have any problems against Blind or this dungeon at this point.
No, absolutely not. These guys are way too good. I'm sure they're going to have some amazing Blind fights coming up.
These guys... Oh, boots!
What are those? Wow. That's an incredible find. We've got 2 items already here in Thieves, and they are pretty good ones, especially those boots. Cransoon deciding what to do.
Yeah, Cransoon was thinking about leaving this dungeon at this point, but has opted, you know what, I'm going to stay in here. I've only got 2 items.
Yeah, I mean, this is Pendant Thieves, and it is the green pendant, so killing Blind will net an item no matter what. Even if we are leaving behind an item in the big chest, this can still be a big play.
Oh! No, AA did not want to fall in that hole.
I don't think so, no. And he's gonna have to fall back down again to find that final item over on the other side. And if he decides to just leave and go for the boss, that's gonna slow him down as well, because he'll probably look for it later.
There's our first bottle.
Convenient location too. You can check that, by mirroring over to the Sick Kid, right here in Village of Outcasts. As I
The
mentioned.
amazing thing about AmazingAmpharos' route here,
I mean, he's going for the item at Mothula just to try to see if he can get that second item, but it's just not going to work out because we know where the bug net is.
right? Well, it's not going to pay off for him in this dungeon, but the fact that he's going to get the Titan here on West Dark World means he'll be able to check things like the Smithy and Purple Chests.
Yeah, that's a pretty significant advantage. Hammer kind of locking things away right now is probably to Cransoon's benefit, though, in that regard, because, you know, that's going to eliminate a lot of locations for where those final gloves will be. So he will inevitably get to Pod, but he'll probably put it off as long as he can. Try to look for that hammer.
But we'll see how it goes as we go up against Blind. So the question is, does Blind have the final item, or is it the map?
Very nice fight from Cransoon as AA enters the moth fight here.
It is the map. Fourth and final item, hammer blocked.
We did get that green pendant, so if he wants to go to Pod, he can actually check Sahasrara along the way, which is kind of a nice route for him.
Let's go ahead and see what the bottle yield says. Once again, that was the first bottle of the game we saw from Cransoon inside Thieves Town. Sick kid. Bomb upgrade.
And that fall into that hole for AA is costing him here because he's checking all these chests that he doesn't have to, unfortunately. If he had gone to the other hole, but it's not too bad.
And he's not going to check the pedestal here, so we continue on with this entire run. And Cransoon, because he got the boots, is going to be checking King's Tomb now.
This is a really clever thing to do. Sometimes you can find your lift upgrade in this place, so it's a really good thing to check. Obviously, we know it's not here, but definitely a solid pick up there, and he got an extra heart out of it, too.
So now AmazingAmpharos knows of that mistake that he had early in this Skull Woods. Allowed him to have to check extra chests.
Checking out those bonk rocks as well, and then I imagine that Cransoon will probably be doing the southern Dark World loop where he's routing over to Hype Cave and checking as much as he can along the way.
Red bottle. So we've now found 2 bottles.
AA about to pick up that bug net, and I think Cransoon is going to check Lumberjack now because they did beat Aghanim 1. Might as well just check the item here.
Yeah, we know it's not in anything from what AmazingAmpharos saw earlier, but Cransoon
Right.
now going to pop inside and get his, what was that? It was arrows,
I
right?
think it was arrows, yeah. So this is losing Cransoon a little bit of time, but he'll be fine.
Oh, absolutely. I know he'll be fine.
All right, and this is big for AA here, is fighting these mitts. So I'm sure he's excited about his pod payoff. But now the question is, will he jump into Thieves? And how far will he go? Missing out on those boots could be the difference between winning and losing this match.
Yeah, because you're talking a big difference in mobility at this point in time. Cransoon's still able to check things a whole lot faster by getting just around this overworld a whole lot faster. And we got the digging game coming up, and what are we going to dig inside? It's behind number 1 through 30. I think it's going to be in dig number 7.
Did you say 37?
I said between 1 and 30. I'm gonna guess 7.
Oh, I thought I was like, what? Wow, Cransoon getting it on dig number 6 and grabbing that full heart. And finding the full heart, but not picking it up. So apparently he's comfortable with 10 hearts and red mail. I guess I'd be comfortable with 10 hearts and red mail. That seems pretty nice.
Red mail, 10 hearts, tempered sword, silver arrows. I don't think this is going to be a problem whatsoever.
$50 rupees at old Stumpy, and we're heading to Hype Cave. Can we get some hype in the chat for Hype Cave? I'm getting pumped for Hype Cave. Maybe we'll find the hammer there, Rick.
I'd feel more hype about Hype Cave if this wasn't version 27.
Oh, come on. You gotta always still get excited about Hype Cave. There's still some medallions at large. Speaking of medallions, we're gonna be checking the Bombos tablet real quick.
While AmazingAmpharos is going to be checking the the frog tour at this point.
I really like this play from AA because he's using the advantage he has, which is having the mitts.
Mushroom!
Whoa! And Cransoon is likely heading over to Hype Cave now, so here we go, folks. Unless he decides to do the first chest in Swamp, which is a gamble you can make, but it's got to have the hammer, basically, or you're out of there.
Ten arrows.
That's
So
pretty
far,
hype,
no.
right? Full heart. I'm liking it. Blue rupee. Look at this variety. Oh, double red. That's
Oh my
not so
goodness. 45 rupees, a heart, and 10 arrows. That's it. These guys have just won. They're going to go to Vegas.
Yeah, that was just not worth. Rip. All right, where are you going, Cransoon? What you doing?
Ice Palace?
He doesn't have mitts. So I guess he's swimming over to Pod.
Oh,
the
right.
pod
Yes. Yes. That means he'll be getting his mitts.
Right. Maybe we'll see AA make that Ice Palace play. And we know Cransoon is not going to find the hammer here. We'll also see the green pendant turn in, very likely.
Oh, right. Yes. Which is the big advantage Cransoon has, well, besides the boots.
Yeah, the thing is, AA did leave behind the boots in Thieves Town, so Cransoon is gaining lots of time with those boots right now. Right now, it's not necessarily looking like boots are required based on the boots lock locations. And we've already done, we already know that Desert Palace is not boots locked as well.
But it's just a major mobility factor at this point.
Exactly. You're just gaining so much time over your opponent. Just as long, like, Cransoon wants this game to go as long as possible, honestly. At this point, because he's just gaining so much time with those boots. But, you know, we've seen people still come out ahead without him. And AA may go in there at some point looking for him, but I think he's going to go for crystals. Or he might leave that treasure chest behind. One of the two.
Yeah, it's not latching onto him. And don't forget, AmazingAmpharos needs this race to stay alive in this tournament. 50 rupees from the purple chest, so the fetch quests not leading to anything.
He's going to grab that mushroom, and we'll see if he decides to turn that in immediately. He's kind of done with this route unless he wants to check the first chest in Swamp.
If either of these runners were going to make that gamble, I would expect Cransoon to make that gamble.
We could also see Magic Bat using that mushroom as well, but you'd have to use you know, mitts and mirror to get to that magic bat. And then use the magic bat glitch with the red cane. But instead we're seeing Meyer.
Meyer is the possibility. It is open. It does take ether. So AmazingAmpharos does have what he needs to get inside.
Absolutely. We can full clear Misery Meyer. And it is one of our 5-6 crystals. So I'm expecting AA to go right in. Now, he does have the ability to also check checkerboard, so hopefully he'll remember to do that on the way out.
Yeah, he'll remember this.
Cransoon running around in pod, working his way to the back where we know those mitts are. How incredible would it be to find the hammer here in Misery Meyer? It means you have to do the forced pod double dip.
Hammer could be in places that are Titan's mitts blocked. Like it could be up on Death Mountain, Dark Death Mountain.
Absolutely. Any mitts locked location forces a double dip into pod. I mean, I don't even know what locations we have that aren't mitts locked other than like the first chest in Swamp. That's the only one I can really think of.
First chest in Swamp or Spike Cave.
Ooh, nice. Well, no, we don't have hammer.
True, yes, you're right. I'm just trying to make these guys glitch their way to it, okay?
Okay, well, this is just turning into a major glitch tourney.
Why not at this point?
To preserve the integrity of this open mode tournament, Rick. Come on.
Okay, fine. No major glitches.
Thank you very much. All right, Cransoon has the mitts. Where is he going from here? Maybe to Catfish?
He could also check the mushroom while he heads over to Catfish.
Ooh, clever routing. I like that. We have not seen the witch. We have not seen that location yet.
I lost all focus in this race the minute that Alucard started singing.
I think we both did. All right, so AA is going through this cutscene, going for the vanilla big key location, which could have exactly what we need. Could just be a dud too. But we're gonna see this mushroom check as well. So this is pretty hype. We're seeing some locations that these guys have not collectively checked yet. Really just looking for this hammer.
Big key over in the big key location in Misery Meyer, and 300 rupees for Cransoon, and it's going to be time to go buy some potions.
Absolutely. Nice to stock up while you're here, just in case you run out of magic at some point. I mean, we have half magic, we have red mail, we got a good number of hearts, but never hurts.
So Cransoon's about to get disappointed with the Catfish as AmazingAmpharos continues to check off inside, and we continue to find keys.
All this time, Cransoon is just dashing through the overworld, getting through this fairly quickly. But AA is, you know, getting crystals done right now, so still anyone's game.
Well, you gotta remember that overworld exploration is what ended up destroying AmazingAmpharos in Game 1 and allowed Cransoon to claim that win. So
absolutely,
that's fresh on AmazingAmpharos' mind. As 50 rupees, it's not here in Meyer.
Yeah, Yeah, and Cransoon's gonna join AA in Meyer here. So where do we go from here? Dark Death Mountain, you think? Check on that T-Rock medallion, maybe? Still have Checkerboard, I believe, and then Ice Palace to look for Hammer.
Could this be the real troll there of the Hammer in first chest, the Swamp? This would be quite the amazing seat at that point.
I would appreciate that. That's my favorite location for Hammer.
But they do have 6 places they can check up on Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, I think that'll be their priority. I don't think they're gonna mess around with Swamp until they really have to. And I think it's a strong play because you also get to know if you need another medallion to win this game, right? Solid Meyer 2 from Cransoon there. Entering Misery Meyer as AA is just finishing it up here. So he'll be busting out those silvers on Vitreous, I imagine.
Yeah, this is going to be a trivial fight here. No issues whatsoever. AmazingAmpharos remembering to switch on over to Silver Arrows, and here we go.
Now, what's interesting is if we do find Hammer on Dark Death Mountain, I mean, that actually opens up a good number of places if we have to hunt for a medallion. So this could be a pretty crazy scavenger hunt here for a medallion if T-Rock is not Ether. Because we got that'll open up all of Swamp Palace. That'll open up all of Ice Palace. There's some Hammerlock locations that are still available. So this could be a pretty crazy game. Depending on what that medallion requirement is. If it's Ether, this may end up being a pretty free game. But, I mean, we're an hour and 7 minutes in. We're not in go mode yet.
Checkerboard has 5 rupees. Not there.
More awesome blue items. Rick, come on. There's no comment. There's nothing.
These guys are done finding the blue items. They want to find a nice brownish colored item.
Absolutely. And AA remembering to clean up desert here. Very strong play. Knock this out while you're here. Then you don't even have to come back to this area of the map. It's comforting.
Always nice when the seed wants to give you things in the proper order. And make you finish dungeons in the preferred order.
Yeah, definitely. This will be AA's 4th crystal. We know Pod will be pretty trivial since they've already full cleared Pod minus the boss. It's just a rush to the boss once they get that hammer.
So you're AmazingAmpharos at this point. You are down 1 game in this best of 3 series. After you get done slamming the Lamolas with the Silver Arrows, what is your next play?
What indeed? I think high density is the way to go when you're looking for 1, maybe 2 items, and knowing what that medallion is for T-Rock can give you some comfort. Now, unfortunately, we know where the boots are, and he doesn't, so, I mean, based on this routing, he's probably not going into Thieves, like, anytime soon. Because I think he's going to be trying to press his mitts advantage. Gonna go for that mushroom. That's a reasonable play, but we know it does not pay off here.
And AmazingAmpharos does not have any bottles because he didn't go through Thieves Town, so that's another thing that Cransoon has right now is safeties over AmazingAmpharos. I think based on that save and quit, AmazingAmpharos will be heading up to the mountain. Here we go.
Here we go, Dark Death Mountain. I think it's such a solid play. A lot of items here. And I imagine Cransoon will jump right into Desert, following in AA's footsteps. And we might see him go up to Death Mountain.
If he doesn't, he'll make the play for Ice Palace.
Yeah, I think Ice Palace is definitely a strong play as well. But if you can put that off until you're in like go mode, then you can do it so much quicker. So I don't blame AA for going for this first, and just the knowledge. I really like getting that knowledge for T-Rock.
I agree, because the way you play the remainder of this seed will depend on what you find out the medallion required. Cransoon did not get all the items out of Misery Mire, so has to go back in, and will be very unhappy to find that it's Rupees, the second item in this Misery Mire.
Now, what'll be funny is if we don't find the hammer here, but T-Rock is Ether, they can't actually go in.
300 rupees and a piece of heart. Cransoon did check Bonk as well as King's Tomb. There was nothing in there that was required.
Yep, and Cransoon went back in to get that those 50 rupees.
Ether.
Wow. So we are just a hammer away, and AA might be boots away from go mode. It depends where that big key is in Ganon's Tower. But
absolutely. That would be the 95.9. There's a hammer! Go mode!
Whoa!
At 1 hour, 11:29. AmazingAmpharos is the first of these two runners in
go mode! All right.
95.6% go mode. Although AmazingAmpharos is leaving the mountain. He's gonna go into pod. He's leaving Turtle Rock for last. I get that.
It makes a lot of sense. I think that's a good play. Might as well clean up pod while you're here. And then we'll see, I guess, Swamp Palace in go mode. And then it's back up to Turtle Rock.
So, AmazingAmpharos hoping to force a game 3. We don't know when that game will be. These two will go ahead and discuss it when they get done with this race coming up. We know it won't be tonight, or very unlikely it'll be tonight. The winner meets up against either JSR2 Gamers, AJ Neb. The best of 3 series for them begins tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, here on Speed Gaming.
That's going to be exciting. We got game 1 at 3 p.m. Eastern, and then Saturday, they've scheduled 2 p.m. Eastern for their game 2. And if it does go to a game 3, that will follow on Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern. So some exciting semifinals matches coming at you this weekend.
And coming up next week, we do have the championship and the bronze medal matches for the secondary tournament. And we've got some great runners in that tournament as well.
Absolutely. Shoutouts to Dude, Aaron Dobby, Zertanul, and Zane being in the top 4 there. Zertanul and Zane going at it there in the finals.
All 4 of them have automatic passes into the main tournament next go-around. So congratulations to those 4 runners. It's going to be Zertanul versus Zane in the championship. And that's going to be next Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, make sure you guys are tuned in. It will be on the Speed Gaming channels here. Looks like Cransoon is making the play on Dark Death Mountain, so he is moments away from finding that hammer. We will see how much of an impact these boots have on the game here. This is really where it counts, and execution means everything. Like missing that hookshot clip costs you a few seconds. Trying to get through this hammer, turtle the room thing can be very difficult. That's the technical term, by the way.
I like your technicalities.
Very thorough with my naming.
So what's your naming scheme for what AmazingAmpharos is about to do to this Helmasar King?
Hammer and silver. I don't know.
Hammer and silver, I don't know. I like it.
That's the one. Cransoon just got the knowledge that Turtle Rock is Ether. Now, we'll see if he decides to make the same play once he finds this hammer to go and peace out and go to Pod, or if he's just going to do Turtle Rock right now.
And 3.5 minutes later, Cransoon goes into go mode. And we get the Fireball Shield from Helmasar.
Very nice. And it looks like Cransoon is fluting away. Gonna finish up Swamp? Okay.
Yeah, he's going to Swamp first. Doesn't really matter what order you do them in, as long as you do them in a particular, as long as you do them.
Unfortunately, with killing Aghanim, we start over on the pyramid when we save and quit, so that's unfortunate for AA there, but AA is off to Swamp as well, so AA is up that Pod Crystal right now, but he does not have
really
boots.
matters. Yeah, the boots. That is going to be the big thing to watch out for as we move along the next about 15 minutes of this run.
Yeah, I would say with, you know, good execution alike, that AA is probably ahead, but there's that X factor of the Cannon's Tower Big Key being on the torch as well. And as, you know, the longer G Tower takes and what gambles these players make in G Tower can make a difference as well.
This is an exciting finale, though. Stay tuned. This one is not one of those cases where it's over just because one player got into go mode 5 minutes sooner than the other.
Absolutely. Those boots make a huge difference. Like, even going up the gauntlet and stuff in G Tower. I mean, obviously you got all these straightaways here in Swamp and you know, in Ice Palace you can use, I mean, not Ice Palace, Turtle Rock, you can use it to save some time. But, like, just going up the gauntlet, it's just comfortable having boots going through those gauntlet rooms. Players just know exactly what to do when you're there. And I mean, these players are experienced enough that they know what to do when you don't have boots, but it slows them down a lot.
Look how much AmazingAmpharos is just getting hit by everything in these first two rooms.
Exactly. Cransoon's already in the back half.
And then after this, they don't even need to go into Ice Palace. The next stop is Pod.
Yeah, Pod for Cransoon and Turtle Rock for AA.
And it's just going to be a quick trip inside Pod. Cransoon had the same thing as AmazingAmpharos. He just had to go in and make his way over to the Helmasar King at this point.
Exactly. I mean, that's still fairly time-consuming because you have to walk or run, I guess, in this case, all the way over to Pod, get in there, and then get to Helmasar King. So, I mean, it's a few minutes, actually, of time, but he is able to get to Argus first and take Argus out. It's going to be close.
Yeah, I do like AmazingAmpharos using the hook shot to counter some of the walking that he's doing.
Oh, we're seeing some sick strats from Cransoon here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this here trying to annihilate the Argus and get him down to this final stage. Didn't miss it on the expanding cycle, though, but what a kill.
Amazing kill from Cransoon there. And there's that magic powder you were looking for earlier.
Why? Just why?
What do you mean, why? You don't like powder?
Not hour 19 in, but it's still nice to have for Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, exactly.
Cransoon does have an execution edge over AA as well. AmazingAmpharos is not bad at execution, just I think Cransoon has a slighter edge.
Right, but in this case, Cransoon did miss a couple of those hook shots as he's doing right now.
Yeah, we're seeing a really rough fight here for AmazingAmpharos.
But he takes him down with that silver.
With him.
Yeah, really nicely done.
He'll get his powder. He's off to Turtle Rock.
Cransoon will just be entering pod as AA heads up to Turtle Rock. Still going to be a close one. Man, that sync was crazy, entering and leaving. So 120-22 was when AA just like mirrored out. So we'll have to see, you know, what kind of advantage he has. But again, those boots.
Yeah, right now this is AmazingAmpharos' lead, but again, the boots are a big X factor as Cransoon is already now in the second half of pod.
Yeah, he's racing through it quick. Gotta wait for that cutscene though.
A little extra when you misfire the arrow.
This is actually a really exceptional time, considering AmazingAmpharos does not have the boots. You know, getting to your last crystal at 122 in.
Yeah, 121.45. He's getting to the hammer pegs at this point. And probably when all things said and done, when he activates the Turtle Rock entrance, we're going to be looking at about a 122.10.
Alright, let's see how Cransoon handles this King Elmasaur fight. 17 hammer hits, and a couple spins, or a silver. Take him out.
And there's the silver arrow kill for Cransoon, who will now be leaving and heading up to the Turtle Rock. At the same path here that AmazingAmpharos is making through this dungeon. So 122.15 was when AmazingAmpharos entered Turtle Rock. We'll get to see when Cransoon enters in just a moment.
Absolutely, it's looking like maybe 245, something like that. Difference.
Yeah, AmazingAmpharos still has a little bit of a time advantage. He's going to lose some time in this next room, because Cransoon's going to be able to dash right straight through this room, while AmazingAmpharos just has to walk his way through.
But conveniently using that cape to make it through there, no problem. So, got to use the tools you have at least.
And this really is part of the Turtle Rock, where it doesn't matter what kind of footwear you have at this point.
No, not really. You're not saving very much time having the boots. Like you can do some short dashes here and there, but you know, once we get to Laser Bridge, if we actually need to be there, then it can be a big problem, because you know, doing laser skip with boots is so much faster than walking through there.
With half magic, AmazingAmpharos is just going to cape it up and walk.
Sure. But there's a lot of straightaways and stuff in there that boots definitely speeds up. But right now, he's got a good margin of error. He's got a really good margin. Like, his lead is substantial here. This could actually come down to G Tower.
It's a 2-minute and 15-second difference between these two runners right now.
2:15. Wow.
Look at this lag in this room here as he tries to kill off the Pokey. And oh, the Pokey's getting away. This is not what AmazingAmpharos needs.
No, this is not good. He's got the key. He's heading back.
We may just have to put up the Benny Hill music with AmazingAmpharos chasing down the Pokey.
Now, it looks like AA is going to go for the big chest here. You can gamble and decide not to go for that big chest, but it is indeed a gamble because you can find a small key inside of that big chest, which might be the only small key you have to progress. So he's not taking any chances here.
And there's a small key. Laser bridge not needed.
That's actually really nice for AA. He'll be able to just ignore that completely, go straight to Trinex. Doesn't even have to worry about it. That is amazing. Skips right over that roller room chest. Really nice. Cransoon's catching up, though. His execution has been on point. He's going to go grab that Pokey key.
So you're AmazingAmpharos at 1 hour 26 in. What's going through your mind?
I gotta get to Ganon as fast as possible. I don't have the boots. I hope my opponent didn't find the boots somewhere. I really hope it's not on that torch. Those are probably the things going on right now. And, I mean, honestly, Cransoon might be feeling a little bit behind with all the things that he checked and, you know, finding those mitts a bit late, not making the play on pod. But he was making progress while he was doing it, so, I mean, these guys are still so close. It's hard to say.
1 hour 27:17. AmazingAmpharos makes it to Trinex. This is a beautiful Trinex here for AmazingAmpharos. Yeah, this is amazing. Great fight here. Cransoon getting the small key, now knows that the laser bridge not required.
It's nice for him, but I think that was in AA's favor there. And we're seeing this Trinex fight. Beautifully done.
So, Alucard, AmazingAmpharos going to the finale of this game. You want to talk about what we're about to do here?
Absolutely. We have 22 amazing locations in Ganon's Tower. Where will the big key be in Ganon's Tower? What do you think, Rick? What's it going to be?
I'm going to say number 4. And also, don't forget it, we do have a leaderboard. If you are subscribed to any of the Speed Gaming channels or have donated 250 or more bits to any of the 4 channels, you're eligible for a leaderboard. It's all just for fun, but come along, join us. Let's see how this goes.
It's the best guessing game. AA's walking right in here. Cransoon approaching Trinex right now. This is still really close. Could come down to, you know, if AA decides to do left or right.
128.51. 135 difference.
Cransoon's closing the gap.
Here is the big answer. Is it in the left side on the torch? We get 2 small keys.
AA's going left. Oh boy.
If it's on the torch, This is huge.
This is probably over for AA if it's on the torch.
It is a butter sword on the torch.
Sword. He can look longingly at that, but that is not going to be a problem for AA.
Oh my goodness. Now, tempered versus butter is not that big of a difference.
Wow. Okay. So AA is in okay shape, but he did not go right side. I mean, without boots, it can be very tricky to do that torch room. So I don't blame him, but if the big key is over there and Cransoon checks it immediately, Cransoon's going to leap into the lead here.
So far, 7 down, no big key.
Will it be in the firebar room here?
There's the Quake. Now what AmazingAmpharos needs at this point.
Not what he was looking for, but he's heading towards Randomizer room. You know, there's a lot of items here.
Yeah, there's one of the 2 good rooms in this game to really find something.
Absolutely, but Cransoon is making the right side play. So these guys have split up. Will Cransoon take the lead and clinch this match with a right side gamble?
We're gonna know really soon who's on the right path.
AA approaches Randomizer room. Cransoon approaches right side room with 4 chests. Are either of them going to be right?
Compass. Big key in the Randomizer room.
Wow, that's huge for AmazingAmpharos. He has a really solid lead over Cransoon right now. Cransoon picking up a riot shield and the bloomerang there on the right side. AA now heading up Ganon's tower without those boots. Making his way up to Aga 2. Cransoon gonna have to do left side. Cransoon actually saying no to the butter sword.
Very little gain from the butter sword at this point.
Agreed.
And this again, Cransoon just gave AmazingAmpharos a little bit more time back thanks to checking the right-hand side when it was in the Randomizer room.
Absolutely. Passing up on boots in Thieves Town from AA might actually be the play of the game. You know, did not full clear Thieves Town and, you know, probably didn't have the confidence or didn't really want to deal with going through that right side torch room. All these things add up. Worked out in his favor.
So AmazingAmpharos going through the gauntlet here, getting a little rough on the RNG luck here with the enemies.
Sometimes, again, you can mitigate some of this by having the boots, but he's executing really well right now. Trying to use those silver arrows to his benefit as Stalfos is trolling him, but he's managing to do fine.
Oh, he's doing this a whole lot better than I would.
Absolutely. Gonna take those silver arrows to land Molus 2. Cransoon finds the big key here in Ganon's tower. It's looking like it's too late, though. AA's getting those land mows down. 1 per cycle, I guess.
Yeah, not having the best of cycles. He had the best cycle up against the Lamos and the Desert Palace.
Sounds like got to watch his health. He's got 4.5 hearts right now.
I think he'll be fine. All he needs to do is get into the room before the Mold Orm, and he'll be fine because of the fact that he did get powder from Argus.
And we're seeing some cape strats here to get past these guards. Really clever. You do not want to get hit by those guards. They will just be relentless and knock you into the pit.
He's going to switch right over to the cape again.
You can see how this really slows you down, not having those boots on these bridges with all these enemies. Normally you can just dash past them or through them.
Takes the intentional fall right there. Again, he should be fine. He'll be able to get to the Moldorm room where he'll be able to power an anti-fairy for extra hearts.
Absolutely, but there's no room for error here. I don't believe... Oh, actually, AA, does he have a bottle? He has a bottle on the tracker.
He picked up a bottle on the left side.
That's right. Okay, so he has some green potion for magic if he needs it, but he has no health refill, so he needs to execute well on the Ganon fight.
Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and pick this up right now. And the one fairy saying, "No, I don't want to come to you."
Guarding her chest. Slash and a spin.
Or a hit from a Moldorm and not get a spin.
You're cruel. Your commentator's curse did not hold true here for AA. And I don't blame him. Not checking that final chest there.
No reason to.
You just gotta go. Yep, you just gotta go.
Yeah, he knows where the butter sword is. There's nothing that's in that chest that's going to help him. Even if it turned out to be boots in there, there is no reason to check that chest at this point.
All right, let's see this Aga 2 fight. Cransoon is getting close, though. He is catching up, but those boots have really no more advantage at this point.
The thing is, with what Cransoon was, if he didn't check left-hand side, oh, again, he got hit into the wall there, and it was a blue ball. But if Cransoon didn't check the right-hand side first, this would be a very tight fight, very tight finish.
Would have been a nail-biter. And it really still is. I mean, these guys are not far apart.
And AmazingAmpharos does not have the safety of anything in the bottle he can use in this final part of the fight, so health should not be a major issue, especially with the caliber of these runners. But that's pretty much the only thing that Cransoon needs at this point for AmazingAmpharos to have a misstep.
Absolutely, but AA does have the cape on, so with the green potion, he should be pretty safe through this fight.
Yeah, he's got all the safety he needs at this point. He's got, like I said, this is AmazingAmpharos' race to lose at this point.
Absolutely, he's in really good shape. Gonna turn that cape on, finish off phase 2 of Ganon here.
Stage 3.
Move right into 3.
Yep, get right immediately to stage 3. And Cransoon done with Aga 2, heading on to the Ganon fight as well.
We're already in stage 3, breaking the second set of blocks here, so, man. 4 silver arrows is all it takes to force a game 3 here.
And going right straight to the arrows. It's going to go ahead and beam him, get him over here. Should be 2 arrow hits now.
Got
one
the double
final hit. And there it is. AmazingAmpharos has forced a game 3.
Wow, congratulations to AmazingAmpharos for taking out Ganon while Cransoon is starting this Ganon fight and clinches the win here in the semifinals, forcing game 3. He's finishing with an official time of 1 hour, 38 minutes, and 38 seconds. Well done, AmazingAmpharos. And that was without boots, Rick. That was without boots.
Without boots. And Cransoon had every chance to possibly get back and climb into this race because of those boots. And Cransoon checking the right-hand side may have been enough of a time difference in this race.
Absolutely.
So we'll see if we can't get AmazingAmpharos in here to talk about this. We have a game 3.
Oh, these you know that one's gonna be really close, and one of these guys will move on to the finals, to the championship match, to play against Ben Ajneb174 or JSR2 Gamers. So it's not gonna. We're still gonna be seeing what happens between those guys in the coming days.
Oh, we got a trip. Oh no, we didn't get a triple. I thought we were about to get a triple. We didn't.
It was close. It was really close. It's like a few frames off from a triple there.
Yep, indeed. Well, Cransoon finishes off the Ganon fight, about to step in through the portal and finish off this run. And Cransoon finishes with an official time of 1:40:05. Can we get a Game 3 hype, everyone?
Game 3 hype! Wow, that was an incredible match between these two players. If you guys have not already followed both of them, they have earned your follow. These guys run Randomizer all the time. They're incredible runners, and go support them on their channels. These guys are the best of the best. They really just are.
And we welcome in AmazingAmpharos. We have a Game 3.
Yeah, that's going to kind of be a scheduling problem if they really want us to do it before Christmas. But I'll deal with that in a minute. Let's talk about the race first.
So here's a big difference that you may not realize. Cransoon had the boots and had them for a good an hour of this seed.
They were in Ice Rod Cave?
No, the boots were in Thievestown.
Oh. Well, gee, I'm still happy I didn't go in there.
That was the only thing that was in the first 4, but there were so many points where we had to wonder if Cransoon's speed was going to catch up to you at some point. It was only about a 2.5 minute difference between when you entered Turtle Rock and when Cransoon entered Turtle Rock, and then Cransoon went right hand side and you went left in Ganon's Tower.
So I guess the time to do right side is about the time Boots saved then, because that's about what the finishing difference was. It was less than that even. It
seemed that way to me. Now, how relieved were you when you saw the butter sword on the torch?
Oh, that was hilarious. Like, that was perhaps the single funniest item that could have been on that torch.
It's like something that's somewhat relevant, at least here at the end of the game, but just completely unattainable.
I mean, I would have taken it if I'd had boots, but oh well.
But how did you feel about that early game? Finding all those items felt a bit linear, but you know, you found so many items and you're really just hunting for that hammer.
And then, of course, it turned out to be an Aghanim required seed after all.
I mean, it wasn't really that surprising the seed was Aghanim required. Like, as soon as the old man gave the cape, which there was still a fair bit of that early game to play out when I did that, like, all the signs were there. No gloves, no hammer, already pearl, already bow, which, you know, points strongly to Pod. Had a sword, had a cape. Ended up finding 2 more swords before I did Aghanim anyway, but yeah, the signs were very strong for Aga Seed.
And then the first of the route divergences right after Aghanim, you decided to check out Palace of Darkness. Why was that?
Well, really the main thing is I mean, bow is a really powerful early sign for Pod, especially when Eastern was just absolute garbage. A red pendant and 3 junk items. And then there's a secondary factor you have to consider with Palace of Darkness, which is that it's just a really high-value dungeon anyway, and you're only missing 1 spot in it if you don't have hammer. And for that matter, you have to get the big key anyway, so you don't really lose that much time doing Pod hammerless.
And we welcome Cransoon to the conversation. GG for you today.
Hi, thank you.
Your thoughts about the seed?
Should have left Thievestown. I would have won if I had left Thievestown instead of beating it.
There was 2 decisions that you made that changed the role of this race. It seemed like that was one of them if you had not gone all the way to blind, but the other one was the fact that AmazingAmpharos did not check right hand side. You did.
Oh, really? I thought about it. I thought about it because of boots, but I decided to go right side. Oh, that sucks. So that means the right side lost the race for me. I could have won if I didn't go right.
It would have been hard to tell. It would have been extremely tight. But what a race it was. The fact that AmazingAmpharos did not have the boots, and you did.
According to people in my chat, I closed the gap pretty hard. Like going into Turtle Rock, he was like 4 minutes ahead, and I closed it to 1.5. So like,
it was 2.5 entering Turtle Rock. It was 4 minutes in between when AA got the hammer and when you got the hammer, and then it just gotten down to about 1.5 minutes at getting to Trinex.
Yeah, like I mean, actually, I guess the fact that I managed to keep the gap at 1.5 minutes after Trinex is decent considering the right side play, but that probably is just due to boots. Usually when it's like a close match like this, when it's like 1 minute or 1.5 minutes apart, I get really frustrated with myself, and I'm like, well, if I had executed just a little bit better, you know, then I could have won, but like I'm not really that upset because I couldn't have really executed too much better. That was one of the best gauntlets I've ever had. Especially Gauntlet 2, Gauntlet 3 were really, really clean. Somehow pulled the 1 cycle on Landmo. Somehow.
Yeah, starting at Trinet or starting at TR entrance, I had 2 spots pretty suspect execution. One was killing that stupid Pokey. I just missed.
Yeah, Pokey, dude, that was amazing.
Yeah, that's probably almost all the time I lost in T-Rock is to that Pokey.
Absolutely.
The rest of the handful of seconds were to not having boots, and then my Landmo 2 was garbage, but the entire rest of my GT was very good, so that's fine, I guess.
We had recommended they put the Benny Hill music to that Pokey for you in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I just missed because, you know, I didn't want to hit the crystal switch with the spin, and then I missed, and then I was like, he's only 1 swipe from death, and then I chased him all around the room to get the key. That was pretty annoying.
But honestly, leading up to Landmo, all your gauntlet rooms were pretty solid. Like, considering you didn't have boots, you know, you really have to change up your strategy, and enemy RNG makes it even more of a difference. So props to you for getting through there so quickly.
Yeah, like I was obviously unhappy with like 3 cycle Landmo 2, but the entire rest of GT, you know, the basement was clean, and I went the right way. It's always therapeutic for me not to go right side, and then the big keys in Rando room. Best place for it to be. And then, like, Gauntlet was very clean. The upper floors of GT, I liked the cape strats to not deal with the rooms you're supposed to use boots in.
That was clever. I like that, too. With all those guards trying to push you off the edge.
Yeah, just put on your cape and walk on the fast conveyor, and it's what you can do.
Yeah.
You guys had a phenomenal run, though. It was an amazing run here, and it was great to watch, great to commentate on, and even better the fact that we have a Game 3 in the semifinals.
I mean, that's good for a competitive perspective. Kind of concerning. This holiday time is a little packed, you know?
That's something that you guys can get together, and maybe they'll have a little bit of give and give you an extra day or 2 to get that through, but we'll see how it goes. Game 3 at a time and date to be determined. Congratulations to both of you guys on your wins tonight, and good luck in Game 3.
Well, I certainly hope I have it. Good games, Cransoon, and
yeah, GG.
We'll see who gets their name in the game in the next round.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cransoon and AmazingAmpharos. Be sure to follow both of these runners. They had a great run tonight, 2 great runs tonight. We'll see what Game 3 leads to coming up at a date and time to be determined later. All right, Alucard, you want to give us like a update of what's going on the Speed Gaming Networks coming up?
Absolutely. And I do also want to shout out Melee Wizard, who has been doing the awesome tracking for us here today. He's been doing a fantastic job in this race of just keeping track of all the items that these guys were getting. And they got a lot of them. And he was getting hit hard early on.
Absolutely. So big props to Melee Wizard. More semifinals coming up tomorrow. AJ Nab versus JSR2 Gamers coming up here on Speed Gaming tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern. Games 2 and 3, if necessary, coming up on Saturday. So let's get on out of here for Feast on the Game and Speed Gaming for Melee Wizard and the Runners Cransoon and AmazingAmpharos. I'm Adirondack Rick and Lincoln Dark besides me. Thank you guys for joining us. Alucard, send us on out of here, won't you?
Thanks for watching. Make sure to pay your respects to Chester Bennington. And I will see you guys next time in another awesome semifinals and finals match. Peace out.
And since this is our final time on the air before the holidays, have yourselves a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays.
Happy Holidays.